Good morning. It is March 26th. We are in the middle of COVID's social isolation or distancing. So I'm not at work. Should be, but a lot of people are like that right now. So we'll get through this. What we're going to do is go check the cows. Thought you might like to see that. We do have a cow-calf operation, mostly Angus. We have a lot of Gelbvieh influence in our herd. We're a small operation, but like to do it. We just put our cows on our pasture 2 days ago. We had been feeding hay, so grass goes away pretty quick on the early season growing. So with that, we're going to go ahead and rotate them to a new paddock. And with that, we're going to see us move them over. Got some new babies on the ground. Got Dad pulling in right now. Gonna go stay our distance from him and go check the cows. We'll see you soon. So if I didn't say before, we have a cow-calf operation, smaller herd, mostly Angus. We have some Gelbvieh influence. Run a registered Angus bull. We put our bull in with the herd on the 1st of June, so we start calving the 1st of March. So since this past month, we got 15 new babies on the ground. Right now, we don't have any cows that should be calving or bagging up, but it's always good to kind of check. What we're going to do is rotate these cows to a different paddock. They've been on this small paddock for only 2 days. It goes pretty quick with new early season growth. I'll give you a difference in the perspective already, what it looks like down this fence row. So this is where they have been, and then this is where they're going. So you can hopefully see that grass is greener always on the other side than it actually is today. So and that's where they're going. This is another small paddock that we have. With that, it's only going to take probably a day for them to eat this down. It's not much growth right now. Then we're going to move them to the back. I don't know if you can see that back there. There's another gate that goes to across the creek into our back pastures. They're a little bit larger, and we got some still some growth from last season that will maintain them for a little bit longer. We do have 10 different paddocks that we do rotational grazing on. With that, each paddock has its own designated water, fresh water system. Worked with the extension office through Missouri and got that program going with us probably about 7 years ago now. Works very well. It really extends your pasture and helps them kind of spread that natural fertilizer around a lot. So since then, we've been doing really well with this program. Really enjoy it, and don't feed as much hay either, because we can stockpile a lot of grass. Stay tuned. You'll see our cows. It doesn't take the cows too much to get them to come to the new paddock. They're always ready before we're ready to move them. They think they need to move a lot sooner. They're pretty well adapted to this. Most of the time, all we do is just hook up the mineral feeder with the four-wheeler and then run them through, and they just follow it. So right now, they're just going to follow the four-wheeler right in that paddock. Always has to be a lead cow, a lead herd cow. Usually makes the first move and everybody else follows. We've got very docile cows. We always try to keep them that way. If there are any high-headed cattle at all, we typically remove them from our herd pretty quickly, because that affects the whole herd. It's demeanor. mamas and need to, their babies to work on them a little bit. Their bags are big. Got some older cows too that we need to cull out. That's our last Gelbvieh. All the rest of them, we did have several reds. As you can see with some of the calves, they're not totally coal black. With that Gelbvieh influence, we still have some little bit of a red tint to them. Make great calves. They grow out nice, especially with this Angus bull we get from our neighbor, Kenny. Get a great Cavanese bull. Calves do really well, and the cows we've never had any problems with having to assist them during the calving. There's always that problem or that chance of that. So, but looks like even today all these calves are going to go right through the gate, which is not typical. There's always one straggler, like this guy looking at me. No, he's going to change his mind and go away. So actually worked pretty well this morning. Usually with new calves, they don't get the routine down, and they're darting back and forth and running the fence or trying to go through the fence to get to their mama. So thanks for joining us. 413 open air.